Well, I just made the best shot I've ever made in my life. It was a paced 52 yards, standing unsupported, pigeon off a telephone wire. I had the GoPro set up on my gun, and I forgot to press record. Or I pressed record and I was on the wrong setting, so I missed it, which I'm gutted about. My 97, I stripped it yesterday, and it's just terrible inside. I can't even say how bad it is. There's bits of metal flying around, bits of plastic, it's thick in grease. The spring guide snapped off it, so I'm gonna have to redo all of that, do a self-tune on it, and get a tuning kit. So the shot I just took was with the 22 TX200, which, it's an amazing shot. I wish I'd managed to get it on film. What I'm going to try and do now is shoot this tiny little pebble from 30 yards away. I'm going to balance it on a post over there. I'm going to give it 1mm holdover on 12 mag, 0.20 yards. And we'll see how we do. I'm only going to have one attempt at it. As you can see, it's a really small pebble. And this is just to help get my eye in for having a little hunt in the morning. There you go, 30 yards to the post. This is not only to show the quality of the gun and the optic that's on top, it's to show that with the correct shooting practice, you can get really good results, and even hitting a tiny pebble at 30 yards and beyond. 30 yards is all I've got now, otherwise I would go further. So I'm going to try and do this in one take. Doesn't always happen, but we will give it a good old try. It's 9 o'clock in the evening now, so it's getting a bit dark and chilly. But there you go, you can see it there. You can see this is still one take, and I haven't had a shot yet. If I can get my pellets out. It's just started to rain as well, so not ideal conditions. Oh, first shot. How about that? .22 TX200, and you can see the little GoPro down there that was filming me shooting it. Really pleased with that. I'm now confident to take this little beauty out tomorrow, see if we can get some game. Time for in, I think. Now it's raining. This pigeon here is in a tree, and it's about 40 yards away. You can see I'm using the GoPro to film me zooming in up on the other camera. I'm just trying to get everything lined up ready for the shot. I squeeze the trigger and the pellet flies straight over the pigeon's head. So what happened there is pigeon came in and I got it in my scope already, and I forgot to take into account the elevation, so I skied it straight over his head. Really annoying, but if you don't think about every aspect of the shot, you're gonna miss, as I just proved. Just another one of them lessons. At first I thought these cows would be a bit of a pain, and they were to start with. They were constantly bugging me and following me around. Hello. They had no intention of doing any harm, as here you can see I'm giving it a good old fuss. I spotted this pigeon in the tree, and I really tried to get it on my other camera, but I couldn't. So I take it on the GoPro, and the pigeon drops.
What a shot!
Here you can see the arrow, as I've cropped it in.
Oh.
The red arrow shows it dropping. Now that was an amazing shot. Magpie just came in there. Flipping heck. I hope I caught that on camera. Mate, that straight in the clockwork and down he went. That was using a head cam, which I've never used before. Hunting, I couldn't get the normal camera on it. But mate, let's have a look at him. Oh, that was quality. Where did I get him? Don't know where I got him, but I aimed for his head, so if the pellet dropped a little low, looks like there. That was, I could only see his head, so as you can tell I'm chuffed with that. Wish I'd got it on the proper camera, but like I said, I couldn't find it. Get in. I spotted these two branches in the tree. One of them pretty strong on the wing, and he manages to flap around on the branches. I'll line up on him with a 97 and give it a couple of mil dots hold over due to the elevation. Squeeze the trigger and I hit him. He's very badly wounded and it was a poor shot on my behalf. So I quickly reload and get another shot, and he drops cleanly in the heart shot. And there he is then, the young brancher. Here we have that young brancher that you just saw me shoot then. Not my favourite thing to do, taking out branches, but branches do provide really good sport. They're really easy targets because they don't move, and also at the same time you're doing a really good job for the local farms. Although in this state well, not this state, but the state it was in, it wouldn't have done any damage. It would have just grown up to be the same as any other crow and do exactly the same amount of damage, with robbing songbirds' nests and taking seed from the local farms. So that's a good job done, and that's the first crow that you've seen me shoot on film. I took him with a heart shot. Crows don't have as much breast meat like pigeons do, so you can go for heart shots and they're a lot more likely to drop. I hit him just under here, and from the angle that I was at, the pellet travelled up through and killed him. The first shot, I think I winged him or something. I don't know where I hit him, but I managed to get a really quick follow-up shot, and that's the beauty with these. They can't fly, so once you take your shot and if you fluff it up, you can soon get another one off and put it out of its misery. The second one hit him straight in the heart, as you saw it drop like a brick. I started to stalk on some magpies, but here you can see I froze it and the pigeon's flown in. I do rush the shot a bit because I don't want the pigeon to fly off, and I make a very poor shot. The pigeon's winged and he's down, so I quickly reload the 97 and get a nice headshot to finish him off. Never good to wound animals, but it does sometimes happen. I'm walking back from my permission now after a successful time, and I took with me pretty much nothing. All I've got is this tiny little camera, my gun, phone and ID and insurance. That's it. I only took this camera because I wanted to go as lightweight as possible. I didn't want a tripod or my other bigger camera, and as you can see with that shot I took earlier, just flew in and I managed to get a shot off, managed to kill it clean with the second shot. So thanks for watching, like, comment and subscribe. Cheers.